Houston on Space to Ground 2. Are you ready for the event, Johnny?
Houston Station, I'm ready for the event.
And International Space University, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Jeremy Myers. How do you hear me?
Jeremy, this is Johnny on the International Space Station. I hear you loud and clear.
Great. So Johnny, it's a privilege for me to moderate this conversation this evening. We're here in South Korea. You and I met at Johnson Space Center last fall, where you were supporting a Artemis spacesuit fit check. And you may remember we had you test out the camera that we're going to take to the moon to make sure that you could see through that eyepiece. So really it helped us actually make the choice to make the change in the design. We appreciate the support that you're doing for the Artemis program and of course for the NASA mission as a whole.
Jeremy, it's good to talk with you again. I do remember that. That was a really memorable time for me, and I appreciate all the support you have done towards the spacesuit designs and what you're currently doing. And welcome aboard to everyone else at the International Space University that's participating today.
Well, thank you, Johnny. This evening, we have an auditorium filled with participants from the 2025 International Space University Space Studies program. And we also have a few local university students from here at Hanyang University. This year's ISU Space Studies program has 125 participants representing 39 countries from around the globe. Along with learning about space studies, they've been enjoying some Korean cuisine. Did you take any Korean cuisine with you to the space station?
I know so. I did, of course. So I had a cargo mission come up that had some of my most favorite foods. So of course I had kimchi brought up. I had gochujang, which is a red pepper paste, and I had rice come up. And so with those ingredients and of course some Spam, I was actually able to make my own space version of kimchi fried rice. Wasn't as good as what I can make at home on Earth, but you know, in space you work with the best you've got, and I really, really enjoyed it.
We're enjoying it here as well. So, well, are there any microgravity demonstrations that you enjoy showing or enjoy doing yourself while you've been on station?
I mean, everything there. You just never get tired of microgravity. I mean, like I can just float in space. It's fun to play with our food. I've got to find a handrail so I don't float away, and never gets old. Trying to demonstrate microgravity.
Thank you for that demonstration, Johnny. Well, a few of our participants now have some questions, and they're excited to hear your viewpoint on these. So each of them is going to introduce themselves and share a question with you.
Hi, I'm Shin from Japan. ISS is often considered as the place where every astronaut works together beyond boundaries and nationalities. So my question is, could you share a moment, specific moment, when you felt international cooperation is essential?
There's a lot of moments I've had that moment. I would say the most recent one was actually the most recent private astronaut mission, Axiom 4. And so we had 4 crew members representing 4 different countries. The first astronaut from India, the first astronaut from Hungary, and Poland to visit the space station. And so they left about a week ago. But when they were on board, there were 11 crew members representing 6 different countries. That's pretty amazing, and I think reflects just the international collaboration the International Space Station has represented for so many years, and really was one of the fondest memories of this mission so far.
Hi, my name is Noemi and I'm from Italy. Mine is more a curiosity on how have you managed to find a balance between the intense demands of your career as an astronaut and your personal or family life?
Hey, Naomi, that's a great question, and sorry about that. So sometimes we do have space operations going on. Balance is never, it's always a constant pursuit of balance. There's really never a perfection, but I think intention is really important. And so for me, I'm always making sure that I'm being intentional with my time, and that means being present with my family when I'm with my family, or being present at work when I'm at work.
Hi, this is Joanna Ramirez from Colombia. My question is, despite the known health challenges in microgravity, have you observed or experienced any unexpected health benefits from being in space?
Yes. So because we're in a microgravity weightless environment, I don't have any sore spots, joints, no aches, and my recovery after a workout is really, really fast. Because if you think about it, my muscles, my bones, they're not under any stress unless I'm working out. And so they have the entire day to recover.
Hi, Dr. Kim. This is Pearlie Bundia from the United States. My question is, what is one feature of the International Space Station that you personally hope will be preserved aboard future commercial space stations? Thank you.
Windows like the cupola. And so I know from an engineering standpoint, an engineer's worst problem to design around is an open hole in your space station. And that's essentially what a window is. But windows make that human connection that I think is so important and is part of our duty as astronauts on the International Space Station is to connect with people like you all who are interested in space, people around the world. And having that view of where we live, that beautiful planet, is such a big part of it. And I hope the future commercial space station has that.
Hi, I'm Prathamesh from India. As we look ahead to the next generation of commercial space stations, what improvements or new capabilities would you personally like to see beyond just structural upgrades, especially in life support systems or daily living, that could make life easier for astronauts in low Earth orbit?
The International Space Station's been up here for 25 years, and it's had incremental upgrades over time. We have internet on here, and that's pretty amazing. Despite all that, I do hope the future space station has a lot more modern upgrades. I'd like to see maybe some more automation or improvements in environmental control systems, a better way of disposing waste. Right now, all of our waste is disposed through disposable cargo vehicles. If we could design a way where we could dispose of space trash in a safe way, that would be really helpful. And I would think just some other quality of life improvements. There's always a constant hum, a noise on space station, and so maybe in future designs, if we could design a quieter space station, I think that would help out a lot.
We have an additional couple of questions here from the students here at Hanyang University. So we look forward to hearing their two questions here. And then we'll have some additional questions from our International Space University student.
Hi, I'm Spin from Hanyang University in South Korea. My question is, to what extent has automation, artificial intelligence, or unmanned operation been implemented aboard the ISS? Have you experienced a noticeable reduction in manual tasks due to these systems?
So we have various automated tasks on board the space station. We have things that are maybe on more of a software basis where our ECLIS, our environmental control system, or certain warnings are monitored, telemetry is monitored, and there might be responsive actions done automatically in case of an emergency. We also have maybe more physical automation tasks. Our Japanese colleagues have a robot that actually can fly around and has a camera on it. And the idea, among other things, is that it reduces the workload of humans for a robot to fly around and be a mobile camera. We also have other robots on board that can do various automated tasks. We're not completely there yet where it significantly reduces the workload of a human being astronaut.
So this is an expected dropout for 20 seconds. They'll be back in a second. So it's only 20 seconds, so don't get too excited. We see you again, Johnny. So we'll move to our next question.
Hi, I'm Jim from Hanyang University. It's an honor to speak with you. I have a question about how the ISS handle potential corrosion. I knew that the protocol of avoiding debris in low Earth orbit, but how does the station prepare from the stress from beyond, like object in higher orbit or solar storm? Is that something that worries you?
Yeah, so NASA works in close collaboration with other agencies. One agency in particular is NOAA, and NOAA is an agency that monitors space weather, among many other things. And so with that kind of collaboration, NASA is able to get a early warning if there's going to be, say, a solar storm that could induce additional radiation to astronauts. And so we have places on the space station that have increased protection from these radiation events. And when we get a warning, we can get into a safe haven. As far as orbital debris, whether it's higher orbit, we also have in collaboration with other agencies that track these things, and so we can get an early warning and also take corrective action for that. And so it might all sound a little scary, but with a lot of collaboration and risk reduction, we're able to do our jobs pretty effectively up here.
Hello, my name is Jeroen Lichtenberg and I'm from the Netherlands. And my question builds upon the first question that has been asked and is as follows. The International Space Station is a rare example of true international cooperation. People from different nations, cultures and backgrounds working side by side in one of the most extreme and isolated environments imaginable. From your experience, what lessons can humanity learn from this collaboration that could help us live and work together more peacefully and effectively on Earth, especially in facing various global challenges?
It is such a great question, and it's hard to find a place where to start. I mean, the International Space Station has the word international, and it's reflected 25 years of close collaboration among dozens of countries where we do technology demonstrations, perform life-changing research, and make that human connection that's so important in our world, especially today. And I talked about the Axiom recent private astronaut mission. We had 6 different countries, 11 different crew members, all of different backgrounds, but yet came together to work very collaboratively, successfully on the International Space Station. I think this all reflects that we're much stronger when we work together than when we work against each other. And so I think that we can find that collaboration can transcend any kind of conflicts, and I think we can continue that work down on Earth.
Hello, my name is Dmitry. I'm from the United States, and I would like to ask a question. Does space have an odor? What do you smell when a spacecraft arrives and you open the hatch?
It does, and various people have described it differently. Unfortunately, no one told me what it smelled like because that would have biased my thoughts. But the first time I opened a hatch where the other side had been space before, it smelled like a really metallic, it's hard to describe, but it was almost like a burnt metal smell, very chemically. And it's one of those things that once you smell it, you don't forget it.
Hello, my name is Justin Ellie. I'm a future astronaut from California. So my question is, what was one thing that worried you regarding astronaut selection that turned out to be less of an issue than you had expected?
Justin, I wish you the very best in your future endeavors as an astronaut. I'm also from California. And so one of the things that I maybe was worried about was maybe not having the right background for all the various tasks, all the different hats that we have to wear at NASA. And then coming here, I've realized that that's really not important. And one, the training is excellent. NASA will prepare you for anything that you might get into. But the real strength of the NASA team is that we select people on varied backgrounds who have been in high performance environments. And when we put us all together in a room, on a flight control team, in a mission control room, we do amazing things. And it's one of the best parts of working at NASA.
So Johnny, we appreciate you taking the time to answer all these questions. As I mentioned earlier, we have 125 participants that are from 39 countries. So they've all come here to South Korea to learn about how they can transition a career to support various space programs. So they have a lot of ambitions and goals, and you've proven to be a great example of reaching those ambitions and goals. Do you have any words of encouragement for the ISU class as well as the students here from Hanyang University?
And Jeremy, and to the 125 students there representing 39 different countries, you all have your own international space station down there. And that's amazing. I would say just learn as much as you can. Stay ambitious. Ambition is the seed, the rocket fuel for so much of our journey. But also be kind to yourself. Recognize that along the way you're going to stumble. You're going to have failures. That's a part of life. That's a part of being human. And everyone will fail at some point in time, but not everyone gets back up. So get yourself back up, support each other, learn as much as you can, and most importantly, be a good human being. The world needs it.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I think we're
signing off from the International Space Station.
Thank you, Johnny. I think we're
Houston, thank you to all the participants. We're going to now resume operational audio communications.
Thank you, everybody.